Hey guys, welcome back to another day in the life of a therapist who owns her own private practice, digital creator, all of the things how I like to say. But I'm glad you guys are back and you're tuned in. As always, we're going to go through my week, we're going to go through my days. I'm going to highlight some important things that maybe I'm doing in my business or private practice, give you guys some tips, tricks, and for those who are inspiring to get on this private practice journey, just kind of show you guys what's going on over on this side. As you guys know, I run my private practice virtually. It is a solo practice. As I like to say, I am intentionally building a virtual life because I just want to get up and go. I travel a lot. Of course, I'm not seeing my clients as I'm traveling, but my full week, and you're going to see this week, is not filled with clients because I have other things going on and I make income in other ways. But for the days when I'm not seeing clients, I want to be able to get up and go. And in order to do that, I'm creating like this virtual life. Would this get tiring maybe? Who knows? Would I get an office space, a brick and mortar? Who knows? But for right now, this is where I am and I am completely satisfied. So today's schedule. Today I have actually in about 2 minutes, I'm going to be a little late, but I am onboarding a new assistant. So one of my assistants, she's leaving. She is going back to school to further her studies. She's been with me since the beginning, so it's bittersweet. So I'm onboarding a new executive assistant. And I also have my other graphic designer assistant that works with us as well. So we're going to be training her up this week, getting her compliant on everything and getting her access to systems. Hiring a virtual assistant was probably the best thing that I've done for my private practice because it takes the load off of me. Now, do they make mistakes? Yes, because I was just going back and forth with my virtual assistant this morning because she made a huge mistake. But I have to understand that we are all human and we make mistakes. Just don't make too many, or just don't make a mistake that you can't come back from. But I'll be doing her onboarding this morning, getting her HIPAA compliant and kind of running down the list. I'll probably talk about this a little bit later on today when I come back and I have some more time. And also, I have 4 clients today, it looks like. So I have 2 right after that onboarding, and then I have 2 towards the end of the day. A little lunch break in between. I am on the 75 hard, so I have to do a second workout. I did my first workout this morning. That has been tough as well. I have to do some editing because I have a sponsorship slash brand deal that I am working on creating another source of income. How I said, I don't see clients every single day. I have my digital sources of income, such as content, creating digital products. And as you go through this day in a life, you'll see a little bit of both. I try to mix it up because I told myself that if I just sing clients all day, I am bound to burn out, and I'm bound to burn out quickly. That's just not my desire where I am right now in my life. I love seeing clients. I love working with clients, but I don't want it to be Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's not my desire. I want to be able to show up for my clients more effectively. So the less, the better I am able to show up for them and be attentive. Have you ever forgot what you talked about last session with a client, or even the worst part, forgetting a client's name because you're seeing so many working in these agencies that have you seeing clients back to back to back to back? That's not feasible. That's not building a sustainable lifestyle, what I preach about. So during this day in the life, we're going to really walk through what creating additional sources of income may look like for you and stepping out of your comfort zone. I wasn't able to do this until I was ready to step out of my comfort zone. Nothing good grows in the comfort zone. So you have to be ready to step out of that comfort zone and do something that you probably never seen yourself doing before. But let me jump into my onboarding with my VA, and I will catch you guys afterwards. I'm going to take you this morning just through some kind of base level things with the company, because Joyce is going to hop on in a second and you'll be doing most of your, of course, training with Joyce. I guess my first to do, and I'm going to write myself a note because I can sometimes forget. I am going to get you on a HIPAA training. So, of course, HIPAA privacy. And I'm going to send it to your email and you will get a link. So when you're not with Joyce and working with Joyce training, you'll be doing the HIPAA training. So it should take you just kind of like, you don't have to go full-fledged and get it done in one day. Just do it over the course of the week when you're not sitting with Joyce. After you do that HIPAA training, I'll have you sign a BAA. A BAA is just a piece of that HIPAA training. I am back from my second workout of the day. 75 hardness. It's beating me down, but I'm on day 22. Only day 22. No, when I do my next day in a life or week in a life, I should be further along. I think when you hit that day 15, that's when it's like, oh my gosh, it only has been 15 days. But after you get through like that day 15 through 17, you start to pick your momentum back up. And then I'm sure you're going to hit another roadblock halfway through, and then another roadblock after that, and probably after that again. It probably will be before halfway through. But yes, just finished my second workout. So just going through the day a little bit. As I mentioned, I had my admin onboarding this morning. So I am replacing one of my admins. She is training up the new admin. So I have two admins. I have one that handles the private practice side of things, and she dibs and dabs a little bit into other areas as well. And then I have one that solely focuses on my digital products and my digital store. They most of the time work together when it comes to creating things, or if I have new ideas, I kind of use them in there, honestly, sometimes all over. But I make sure that I hone in on their skills and what they are good at, and I try to capitalize on that. Delegation was probably the best thing that I have done in private practice, and it took me a while to learn that delegation is good, because of course we're like, no one can do it as good as me. And I was just having a conversation with my client earlier. No one can do it as good as me. I'll just do it myself and I'll get it done. Sometimes we have to drop the ball or let go of the ball so somebody else can pick it up. And delegation is a system to be able to build a sustainable practice, or to just be able to build a sustainable lifestyle. We want to act like or believe we're good at every single thing, but trust me, there's someone out there that can do it better than you, and you have to find that person, and you have to be a good leader and train up that person. Yes, do people make mistakes? Of course. How I mentioned earlier, my VA made a mistake and it made me really upset, but then I sat down and I reflected on how could I have explained that a little bit better, or how can that mistake be avoided in the future? So that's just leadership and being able to lead a team. But delegation is very, very, very important in your private practice. Delegate those emails, delegate that client rescheduling, scheduling, accepting new clients, that intake paperwork, checking insurance company claims, checking if a client is eligible for services. Delegate if you are doing social media, which I am working on doing this, but I have not yet. But that video editing, right? Like, delegate these tasks, evaluate what you are doing on a daily basis and what is not making you any income. and start there with the delegation. If checking your emails or calling clients back isn't necessarily making you income right away, that can be passed off to somebody else so you can do something that is making you income and you are creating that impact. So that is my word for the day: delegation. I am about to wind it down for tonight. So I had the onboarding with our admin, and then I had 5 client sessions. One canceled, my last appointment of the day. We know how we feel when that last appointment cancels. No offense, of course, but sometimes we're like, okay, let's wrap it up. Let's get on about our day. I was not mad about that. So I essentially have 4 clients today, and I have been vlogging. I've been editing for a brand deal partnership that I am working on fostering. We are growing on social media, and I am so excited because this is what it's all about: being able to diversify our income into different areas. And social media can be kind of seen in the healthcare world in general as not good, or just something, or a place we shouldn't be on. But I say go for it, because for one, it allows our clients, if you're on there attempting to get clients, your clients are going to find you. My clients find me all the time, and they just tell me, oh my gosh, I love your videos, I just love blah blah blah, and they go on and on, which I'm not scared anymore to be seen. And of course I know my boundaries, I know what to post and what not to post. I have that wall up, or that barrier, but social media creates so many opportunities that other things have not created for us, that grad school can never ever teach us. If you want to fill your caseload, go ahead and post on social media. If you want to diversify your income, post on social media. That is the era we are in right now. We are in the digital era. We are in the social media era. And if we don't take advantage of that, we will get left behind. And our clients are able to see us as human. And it kind of gets rid of this like power shift too, between, or a huge power gap between a client and a therapist. And I'm just all for it. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. I posted a video the other day and I got some pretty good feedback from it on TikTok and Instagram, just about the idea that therapists shouldn't be on social media. And I've been seeing a lot of other therapists talking about it, and a lot of other people in other healthcare fields. But again, go for it. Get those coins, sis, or bro. Get those coins, because not being seen leaves you overworked and underpaid. And I'm going to leave it at that. We're about to wind down the night. Tomorrow, let's see what the schedule holds. I will probably vlog tomorrow. Kind of like maybe sometimes I'll skip a day. I have 3 clients tomorrow. I am done at 2:30, so that's good. I'll catch up on some work afterwards. My sweet spot right now is like no more than 4 clients. And honestly, I'm only really seeing clients Monday through Wednesday, which is great for me. I've kind of cut out Thursday. So Thursday and Fridays are my content days and my admin days. So 4 is kind of that sweet spot. I'll do 5, but 5 is like, all right, we're done after 5. I can't wait till I get to the point where I think my goal is just 2 days. If that's Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the case may be, depending on the clients that I do have, 2 days, and seeing maybe 4 to 5 those 2 days, and being able to focus on other income generating activities the other days. Because I don't think I would ever stop seeing clients, even if it's just like I have like my 2 clients that I see and I'm so busy with other things. I still want to see my clients. I still want to see clients because it brings me joy, and it brings me satisfaction. It brings me this sense of purpose when I am working with my clients and I'm able to see their progress and I'm able to see the good things that they are doing. But that's my rant about that, and I will catch you guys tomorrow or Wednesday. Good morning, guys, and happy Wednesday. I popped back on here on Wednesday, but I just wanted to jump on here before I head out to the gym this morning and kind of just go over my schedule and what today may look like. I'm going to try to chat more on the vlog today since I'll have much more free time and much more wiggle room compared to what I had on Monday. So today, just looking at my phone, I only have two clients today. So I have a 11:15 and I also have a later appointment of 5:30. I meet with my team today, so I meet with my new hire, and I'm gonna get the brand over the first draft of the video so they can check that out. Let me know if they have any edits. I'll walk through with you guys just that process and what it looks like, and maybe we can even go over my creator sheet and I'll tell you. Well, I won't even say my prices because I don't want to get anyone confused or think that they have to charge a certain price, because I'm not even at a point where I know my like sweet spot for pricing. I watched a YouTube video and it said to know your sweet spot for pricings for creating reels for brands, creating TikToks, etc. is if you offer your price to a brand and they accept it right away, that tells you that maybe you need to go up on your price. And when you get to the point where a brand is negotiating with you, then maybe you're in a kind of a sweet spot based off of maybe what they see or other people who are creating content for them. When you get to that point where brands are negotiating with you, then you're probably at your good price point. But if brands aren't negotiating with you, then maybe you need to raise that price just by a little. I think it's at by like 20% or something like that. So I think I'm going to raise my price because this brand did not negotiate with me. So I'm going to raise it next time by like 20%. I'm putting I'm putting together my stats from Instagram and TikTok just to be able to reach out to more brands and me make the forward effort rather than the brands coming to me, because we have to be active and we also have to be pursuing these things as well. So we'll go over that sheet today. I'm going to write myself a note because I will forget to go over it. And I have a YouTube video that I have to upload, how to get more clients from social media or how to fill your caseload with social media, that will be dropping here soon as well. And then, yeah, just catch up on some admin work, go through and catch up on billing. My liability insurance is set to renew. If you're in private practice, you must have liability insurance. In the state of Ohio, we have a limit that we must have, like a threshold. Check with your state that threshold, and it's going to be the same for all the insurance providers. You'll see that same kind of like minimum threshold that you must carry. I use CPH. No, this is not sponsored. That's just the company I decided to go with when it comes to liability insurance. So I do have to renew that. I renew that every single year. And the price, I could be misspeaking, but I believe my price is around $300 for the year. Yeah, it's around that price range. So it's not super expensive. If you break that down monthly, it's not that much at all with CPH. And there's other platforms out here as well that you can go through and you can use. I have to do some things for my other business too. So my other business, I run and I operate Airbnbs. I have a property manager who is really hands-on and she does them all. She does the day-to-day, but I do have to go in and do just the behind the scenes, back end finances, and step in sometimes a little bit. But I started that business right after COVID, like that good 2021. Yeah, when I graduated grad school or during the midst of COVID, 2021. So that was my first business. It really taught me a lot just about getting into business, and I think it laid the foundation for me for starting my private practice. So I run two separate businesses. One I'm not very involved in, which I'm grateful because I delegated. Delegation, which we talked about yesterday or Monday, delegated, and I allow someone else to take that over. And I just have to trust that that person is doing it effectively, and I check in, of course. I just don't leave her out here hanging. And my private practice, I'm working on delegating, but my private practice is my full time main source of revenue or source of income. But I'm about to head out of here. We will talk about just content creation a little later, and then let's dig into maybe some digital products as well. I don't think I'll be working on any today, but I know that is of interest to a lot of people. So we can talk about that as we go through our day as well. Hey guys, so I am back from the gym. I just got finished with just some brainstorming and wrapping up some last minute loose ends before I hop on with my first client, and then I'm going to finish my loose ends afterwards. But brainstorming, my nice whiteboard, it's nice to write stuff down, right? To actually write stuff down on paper, or not even on paper, on just physically write it down. I was brainstorming what kind of my next offer would look like, because I get a lot of inquiries from people. How can I learn? How can I schedule a consultation call? How can I do these things? So I'm noticing that I can't put out this information and not have something to give people, because I'm just giving out the information and I'm leaving people kind of high and dry. So I am working on, outside of my digital products, which I offer therapists to kind of free up their time when it comes to prepping for session, if they do groups, if they're working with kids, if they're working with couples. I want to create something that shows therapists how I got to where I'm at, and for them to do the same thing. So starting a private practice, but not just starting a private practice, but starting a private practice and building your brand to make income in and outside the therapy room, because that's what I preach so much. Not being stuck with one-to-one sessions all day, being able to diversify your income and live a more sustainable, like baseline balanced lifestyle for the people that will be interested just kind of in that model. So I was just mapping out what that can look like for me. I want to do a community, a membership type thing, a community where individuals get access to the material, and I do live Q&As. I'm dropping resources all the time, an ongoing thing where we grow and we learn together. So that is a work in progress. My plan is to be able to have that created and everything done, I'm saying before the new year, but it would be great. I know when I like buckle down and I focus on something, I like get it done super quick. So it may be done by Thanksgiving, honestly, because I'm going to start working on it. I'm going to start recording. I'm going to start doing everything that is needed for it. And I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes and how it grows. But I think this is the next step for me in the next tier when it comes to just giving more of the information that I have to individuals. And I made a post on Instagram yesterday that did very well, actually. And it related to a lot of people. It said, you can love being a therapist and still want more. And then I kind of went into what that more may look like fewer clients, more creative projects, sharing your clinical expertise in new ways. So sharing these things that I'm talking about in new ways, speaking, writing, teaching, mentoring, doing other things that may not just involve therapy, group sessions, one-to-one sessions, couples therapies, working with kids, whatever it may be. And a lot that resonated with a lot of therapists, in my opinion. So that's my path and that's my focus. Maybe it's yours too. I know I did say I wanted to look at really quickly my content. Let me see if I can find it that I send to brands. And I just sent a brand the video for the sponsorship post, and we will see their feedback and see if they have any changes or any updates. It's actually on my Canva. So I had my VA, which you need a admin, delegate, delegate, delegate. So I had my VA create me a brand kit, which I'm going to put right here. And it goes over my social media and the stats for my social media. So 10,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not there yet. I'm actually at 9,850, but I'm about to be there. Before I send this out, I won't be there. And then my TikTok following and my Instagram stats. So this is from July 3rd to September 30th. Just screenshotting my views, likes, comments, man versus woman, the population, my targeted profession. This isn't done. I'm showing you guys a rough draft, the age range, so they can see how my content resonates with people. Then TikTok allowed you to do for the past year. Instagram didn't. So I just did for the past year on TikTok some of those same stats so they can get a view of what I'm offering in my audience engagement. And that is I would say the second part, because the first part would just be me pitching to them. So the first part would be, hey, I really want to partner with your brand. This is why I want to partner with your brand. And then I will attach this sheet that I'm showing you now. I will attach that to it. And that will be kind of my resume or my proof for brands if I'm reaching out to them. If they're reaching out to me, they kind of already see my traction and what's going on. But it may still be good to send that to them as well in case they need more in-depth things. And then from that, the other part will be you sending over your rates. Once they say like, yeah, like we're good to go. I've been doing a lot of research and it seems like you need to meet with the brand and see what all they expect from you from the video and then creating your rates. Because they can ask you to include your spouse, right? That may be extra. They can ask you to go to the beach if you live by the beach. That may be extra work and more time consuming. So seeing what they actually need from you and then going from there with the brands. Or if it's just a general post, you can create your rates and services. So I have my rates and services for Instagram, a story set on my stories, a bundle with both of them for Instagram, a TikTok video. I have YouTube, but I'm very small on YouTube, so I don't highlight that as much. And then UGC videos that the brand uses. So it's for brand use, for ads, or for their brand. And that will involve other things as well, because what type of ad are you using for how long are you running the ad, etc. And then I have my turnaround time. So for Instagram and TikTok, I say 5 to 7 business days after the product is reviewed and they sign the agreement and they make that first payment, right? And then UGC, 7 to 10 days. If you need to edit, 2 to 3 business days. And then rush, you can put how much is a rush delivery or percentage wise for rush. So I have that package. I won't show this because it's my rates specific to me. I want you to be able to do your research and figure out your own rates. Talk to ChatGPT because that's what I did. And based off of how many followers you have. So that's the gist of just my content brand kit that I am sending to brands, and that when brands reach out to me that I'm sending back to them to get started. But it's actually 11:14. The time got away from me. I'm about to jump into my session at 11:15. I'll hop back on because I know I said I wanted to talk about just digital products and how that's going for me right now as well. So I will hop back on to discuss that or to talk about that. And then we'll probably wrap the day up with whatever else I have for today. Just a lot of catch up, a lot of admin work, a lot of things you got to do to run a business and to grow a business and to scale a business, mixed in with a little bit of clients. But I will catch you guys when we talk about the digital product piece. Hey guys, good morning. It is Thursday morning, the end of my work week because I do not see clients on Thursday or Friday. Clap it up for me, clap it up for me, being able to put those boundaries in place and knowing the days that I need for my admin days, the days that I need for content days, and being able to scale back my caseload. But in all seriousness, so it is Thursday, and I know I said I was going to hop back on here and talk a little bit about digital products and how that's going for me. So the digital product side is going really well, and I'm just really looking to scale it and take it to another level. But I'm trying to put all the things in place that I need to be able to do that. So in my last video, I talked about starting the membership for digital products. So the membership focuses specifically on therapists who wants to use the digital products in their sessions, group sessions, working with kids. Because I know when I was at an agency, and specifically when I was running groups, it was always I needed some type of worksheet, some type of paperwork, something to use in group. And everything that I would find would be outdated, and I would be online trying to find worksheets and trying to find things for groups. And then also working with kids too. I found it to be beneficial. So that's why I decided to create like the membership for therapists. And I think it's going really well. I'm getting a lot of really good feedback from therapists, just being able to have these tools handy. So I launched it was at in July, the end of July. So it's been about 2.5 months, going on 3 months now, and we have about 95 people in it. So it's good. It's good that recurring revenue. These people are paying every single month, unless they got the yearly one where they just pay all up front. But those who are on the monthly pay every single month. So that is going really well. And I don't see a lot of cancellation with it. The cancellation rate is pretty low. And I'm running ads for it. When I first initially started running ads, it took off. But something happened to my website where Meta flagged my ads because the website had things like anxiety, depression on it. And with Meta specifically, they don't want to see that, like you promoting those. And my website was previously flagged, and I might be using the wrong terms, but flagged when I was running ads for my therapy practice. And on there, of course, I had depression, anxiety, and I'm sure there's some type of workaround, but I ended up filling up so quick that I didn't even pay it no mind because I turned off those ads because I was full. I didn't need that anymore. Then I started running ads on the same account for the membership, and it was coming in, but the data wasn't being tracked for them to be able to put it in people's face effectively. So they were putting it kind of just broad, and it was getting the right people, but as time went on, your pixel on Facebook and that ad gets better. Your pixel in general, it gets better over time. So mine wasn't getting as good as it needed to be. It was still getting some data, but not as much as it needed because it wasn't tracking it because my account was flagged because I was using these words like anxiety, depression. So I had to rework it, use some other words and not necessarily those direct, but for people to know what I'm talking about, therapists specifically. And now we're back in action, and the ads are doing well again. I took just a little break because I created new creatives too during that time as I was getting everything fixed and everything worked on. And then we jump back in, ads are being ran again, members are coming into the community. I'm all on this recurring wave, and I don't plan on my membership going anywhere anytime soon. I honestly don't see a lot of people in this profession who is doing the same thing as me, just the people I've seen. So I think I have like this digital product niche on lock, and I plan on capitalizing it and using it as an additional source of income for as long as I can. Not only do I have my own thing, I also have Etsy. So I sell on Etsy, and I won't gatekeep that, right? My products do really well on Etsy because a lot of therapists are on there looking for worksheets, but I knew Etsy couldn't be it and all because I don't own Etsy. It's a platform. They can wake up one day, their system AI can go through and say, we just feel like taking her profile down because of whatever. So I knew that I had to create something where that is not my full resource, something that I own, something that I can do whatever I want to do with it. And I'm gonna knock on wood. Yes, I'm one of those superstitious persons and I don't want anything to be taken down. But Etsy brings in a big chunk. I started with Etsy, so I see the most revenue right now with Etsy. And as I'm building my site, I'm hoping that my own thing can surpass Etsy. And I feel like it's going to come. It's definitely going to come. So, how I make my digital products, I create the content, the what's inside, etc. And as far as the graphics and making it look pretty and putting it on paper, that's when I have my virtual assistant come in. I need you to make the graphics for this. I need you to make the designs. I need you to put the colors. I need you to do the cover art. All of that, the graphs, the boxes, they come and they take my idea, my information that I give them every single week, and they make it a reality. No, I'm not sitting here and doing a workbook from scratch on my own. I would not have, now I have going on 70 workbooks. I would not have 70 workbooks in the matter of 6 months or so if I was sitting here doing it on my own. It would take me a month to create one workbook. So, delegation and utilizing your resource, hiring a virtual assistant was probably the best investment I ever made to my business in general. I have a graphic designer assistant that does my workbook, and I have an executive assistant that does all of my business side. I have two. Those were the best hires I could have ever imagined to invest in my business. So when I stress this important factor of delegation, I'm not just saying it because I feel like saying it. I'm saying it because you need it. We all need it. Your business needs it in order to grow, in order to make those new products, to create those additional sources of income. But if you have any questions on the digital product side, just leave them below and I'll try to answer them. Everyone always asks me to make a video specifically around the digital products, but it's kind of hard because I'm not going to sit there and walk through like step by step on creating the graphics. This is what I put in my digital products. Maybe something more high level of how I sell them, where I sell them, how much money I make from them, and the process of hiring someone to help you. Maybe I'll do something like that. But let me get my membership grounded and on just a automated pathway where I'm not involved in it much. And also let me launch this new thing that I'm launching, and then I'll be sure to make a video. But just tune into these days in a life because I'm going to have bits and pieces in my days in a life where I talk about it, where you can begin to implement and you can begin to start thinking about if digital products is something that you want to sell, or physical products. You can sell physical products too for a higher price if that's something you want to do as well for mental health professionals or the general population, because mine isn't just for mental health professionals. Other people buy it as well on sites such as Etsy. But that's all for digital products. I am about to go pick up my wedding dress. Yay! It has arrived. It is in Cincinnati. So I live in Columbus, Ohio. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. So about an hour and a half drive. Gonna go pick it up, spend the day there, spend the night there, get a hotel, just kind of like a day trip with my honey. And hopefully, I know I'm gonna get the same butterflies when I first tried it on because it's tea. It's tea. The dress is nice, and you won't be able to see it until the wedding. Make sure you follow me on social media at balance.therapist if you are not on all platforms. But yes, about to go pick up the wedding dress. And then tomorrow I'm going to come home and record some short form content and some more ads, retargeting ads. So those people that see my ads for the membership, I'm going to retarget them. So those retargeting campaigns, I'm going to record that tomorrow too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for content day, and we'll talk then and wrap up the vlog. Hey guys, so I definitely did not come back on here and show my content day. Your girl was tired. I came back home, and the only thing I really did was I recorded some videos for ads because I knew those needed to be done. I did not record any YouTube videos or short form videos that day. I had enough in the chamber so I could take the day off, or the content day off, but I was editing my vlog and I said, where is the last clip? I was supposed to hop back on, and I couldn't just cut it off on the clip that I ended with because there was no cutoff point. So I had to get back on here, pull out the camera, and tell you guys that this is the life of entrepreneurship. Being forgetful, getting too busy, being tired, and not finishing. But as long as you come back and you finish and you do what you need to do. So I just wanted to come back and say thank you guys for tuning in to this vlog. Hopefully it was helpful. Hopefully you learned some things. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer them. Like I always say, if you stay to the end of this vlog, any of my vlogs, we are locked in. We are like this. Go ahead and check out one of my past vlogs. I definitely have my content day and another day in a life somewhere in there. So go and check it out. And thank you again for the support. Catch you guys on the next vlog.